Good morning to you all. I hope you're all keeping well and safe and not allowing anxiety to overwhelm you at this difficult time. Although we've kept in touch by WhatsApp and through the recorded service each week, we thought it was about time for a personal video message to help unite us in these difficult days. This is a situation which none of us have experienced in our lives before, and it's one which I'm sure will remain in our memories for the rest of our lives. It's difficult for us to cope with social distancing, a catchphrase which again we had never used until now. I'm addressing this message to all members of the English language congregation, but in particular to those of you who are working in Hong Kong as domestic helpers. Working from home is a phrase which I'm sure you're pretty fed up with by this time. When your home and your work are the same place, it's even more confining for you at this time. I know how important social gathering is for you when you are so far from your real home in the Philippines. Your Sundays used to be the only chance you had to meet your friends who share your culture and your interests. And I understand how frustrating it must be to be prevented from enjoying each other's company. Being at home for you even on Sundays would be like me spending all my week in the office, and I think by this time I would be stir crazy. Please remember that even if you can't leave your employer's house on Sundays, the government has made it clear that it is still your day off, and you must not be expected to work. But you could at least be able to go out for some exercise and fresh air, however much fresh air there is in Hong Kong. You'll have noticed in the social media that jokes and general humour have increased to help us all with this crisis. And I feel uplifted by that because it shows how really indomitable the human spirit is. I've always found God to be a God of surprises and a God with a good sense of humour. And I'm sure He wants us to hold on to our sense of humour in this difficult time. I came across one recently which simply reminded us that for the first time in history, united we die, and divided we live. While we can see the funny side of that, it is essentially true. By staying apart, we protect ourselves and others, and when we're tempted to stray from that rule, we put ourselves and others at risk. But we all know that it is hard. Our social distancing rules in Hong Kong are not as stringent as in other places, and for that we must be thankful. Thankful too that the number of infected cases has remained low compared with the rest of the world. It proves that the regulations and the mask wearing are working. So we have to be patient until the risk is low enough for the regulations to be lifted. I suspect that some of those countries who are already champing at the bit to open up may find that they've done so too early and that their numbers will start to rise again. This situation has proved to us all that our health is our number one priority. both now and after this pandemic is over. Good health should never be taken for granted. Keep in your prayers all those who are currently infected and the families across the world who have lost loved ones to this virus. Thank God every day that you are healthy, and pray for your family and friends that they may stay healthy too. Until we meet again, God bless you all and keep you from all harm. Protect and nurture you under the shadow of his wing. Amen.